Happy Thursday. Welcome to our first 2024 Teen Zoom of the year. I'm so excited. We're going to go over a bunch of things tonight, kind of like a review, kind of checking out what's happening in January. Going to talk about convention, belief, mindset, all the things. But first, I want to hear from my friend Bethany. So my friend Bethany, I met her through my boys' school. She was a teacher there, and her oldest son was in the same class as Mason, my oldest. So we've kind of exchanged words through there. But then one day she, out of the blue, messaged me about Plexus, and I was completely shocked and surprised that she was actually kind of curious. So her and her husband actually just finished the reset here recently. And I absolutely loved listening to her experience. And I just wanted to hear you guys her experience and all the things. So Bethany, go ahead, take it away, share whatever you want.
Okay, well, I have a little bit of notes here. So I started out, I just had a whole bunch of questions and I answered them. So that's just how I'm going to share with you. Why did I do the reset? That was the first thing that I wanted to tell you guys. As Jess said, I have a son who is in second grade, and he's been recently diagnosed with very, very severe dyslexia, and he has like 3 different kinds, and it affects motor skills and everything. And so while we were going through all these appointments, and we had to take him out of school and homeschool and work with an interventionalist, we've just been finding out so much about him and his needs, and about how important protein is. And my husband is a chef, and very, very, I mean, he's trained in nutrition and he's trained in all of these things, but until you experience it yourself and start doing your own research. So as I'm going through this, I myself have been struggling what I would call gut health, but what the world thinks of gut health, what everybody else thinks of it: upset stomach, colonoscopies, endoscopies, the whole 9 yards. Um, so putting those two little things together, I am a testimony. If you guys, I'm not sure if you guys are like ambassadors or what like how you guys are, but I'm a witness that you can have silent followers. I was just a silent follower, someone who was very interested, did not in the least bit get annoyed about Jessica posting 3 times a day about Plexus. I was not annoyed at all, but I read them, and I mean, it helps that like we kind of have very similar thoughts on things. You know what I mean? I'm not like necessarily pro medicine or pro vaccine. And so like I don't really, I agree with a lot of things she says, but I didn't get annoyed at all. And I just read everything and didn't really comment because I had no experience to comment on. And so one day when I was just reading through, I talked to my husband, and I was like, what I've been looking at with Camden and myself, as I'm reading this, I'm getting a little nervous, and there's no reason to get nervous. I'm just reading something. And I was like, maybe I'm nervous because I want to do it and I want to give it a try. And it took me a couple weeks to message her because I kept thinking, what do I do if it doesn't work? Okay, then I just go back to what I've been doing. What do I do if it does work? And I'm going to be honest with you, it scared me a little more to think about what am I going to do if it does work? What am I going to do if I like it? And so I started researching the business. Is it brand new? Is the business going to close and I'm going to like the product? I mean, I started doing all those things. So I reached out to her, and the reset at that point was free. And I was like, you know what? It's all or nothing. I'm going to go in. We're going to start with the reset. We're going to completely just cleanse our body. I talked to my husband. He's like, I'll do it if you do it, because I don't think he thought I would do it. So I did. Was it hard? Yeah, it was hard because I'm hangry. I am the girl that um, always has a snack. I was the teacher in class that was like, bring your snacks to class because I'm going to be eating, and I'm not going to sit here and be eating and you can't eat. So it was hard. But was it worth it? Yes. It was worth it because you always feel better accomplishing something. especially when it's hard, even if you don't look at the results, even if you didn't have many results, it still feels good to know you accomplished something that's got to be good for your body. Um, so then we get to talk about the results. Um, so these two questions are the ones that Jess asked me. What did I learn and what did I love? I learned that I actually, because I do have bad anxiety, I'll kind of put that in there, won't pass out if I'm not constantly chewing on something. So my body, can survive as long as it has nutrition. It doesn't have to be what I think it should be. Um, I learned that I really liked the active. I also learned that it matters when you take those supplements, that Plexus has it scheduled out for you for a reason. And so one thing that I learned and loved together was that I was a high school science teacher. Plexus did research. I mean, they have people that work with them. They want to know the science. They want to know the research behind their products. I loved that. And they were so organized. They sent you 3 little boxes, and the pamphlet was in each reset. You didn't have to look it up on your own or rely on someone to give you that information. What did I love? There were so many steps that it made it easier to not it made it feel like you weren't starving. Even though sometimes your belly felt a little hungry, there was always something to look forward to. And it really didn't feel like, I mean, if you're like me, I don't drink a lot. I need to drink more. So it's like a reminder, by the time you're done this one, you can start mixing your next one, and then you can wait a little bit and eat it or drink it. What else did I love? So the reduction in inflammation is what we saw. My husband struggles with inflammation. We know he does. He has several things that lead to inflammation. And he looked at me. I shared this with Jessica the last night, and we were in bed, and neither of us could really sleep. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and he's like, "Bethany, I can feel the bones in my fingers." And I was like, "What?" And we always tease him because we feel like he has sausage fingers. Like his skin is so tight on his hands. And we could feel every little knuckle and bone in his hands. And I was like, man, because at first I was like, "You're going to tell me your wedding ring's loose," because my wedding ring is getting a little loose. And he's like, "No, the bones." And then I noticed the fourth day, the next day, I have a really bad knee, always kind of fluidy around it. And I always thought that I'm heavier than I've ever been in my life. So my knee has a little fat on it. I mean, seriously, I didn't know what else to think. But my knee, the fluid was almost gone. And I was like, "Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's definitely inflammation." So we loved that. The last thing that I loved was it gave us, and I don't know why, but it gave us so much motivation to eat clean for us and our family. And my husband, has tried to lose weight before. It always works. He loses weight super fast, gains weight super fast. But we've never, for him, not focused on a diet, just focused on eating clean. And we know we've been wanting to do it for our kids. We've just been caught in the trap of busy or lazy parenting, whatever you want to call it. It gave us so much motivation that last day we went through our entire pantry and our entire refrigerator. We went through every ingredient list and threw things away and went to the store and bought replacements. I mean, that's how much motivation it gave us. And then the last thing I'm going to end with is fast, but any tips? So if you haven't done the reset, or maybe you have and it's been a while or something, just a couple little tips that I did that helped, that we did not do on day one. We started organizing it. Like at the end of day one, we set out box 2 and we organized it like by time on the table, on the kitchen table, and kind of got the first thing ready for the morning. So we weren't like dragging in the morning and going downstairs and mixing our hydrate. It was ready. It was ready to go, and everything was organized on the table. It made it go by faster too, because you're like, "Oh gosh, I only have 2 things left, and then I'm on the last box." it helped when we fed our kids separately. The first 2 nights, we made them dinner. We fed them at their little picnic table, and we made a picnic for them, and we sat in the dining room and drank our soup. The last night, Ryan made them dinner, and we all sat together like we normally would, and it was awful. I was so mean and so miserable. And they were like twirling their spaghetti noodles on the fork. And I was like, oh, like so mad. When they were like, oh, well, we wish we could have had this. I was like, I need to go upstairs. So anyway, feeding others separately, your husband, your kids, if you can kind of feed them separate and then drink by yourself, do that. And then the last thing is just be ready to keep it up. When you're done, just take that momentum and eat clean. Take that day 3, clean out the crap, and just keep eating clean.
Yes. I was going to say your face still looks like it's slimming down even more. I can tell.
Yeah.
That's awesome. How are you guys doing?
My eyeballs, I could feel, sorry, that's the last thing. It was very weird that so many people, because I was like a makeup girl too. Okay, I can't do makeup, but I was a makeup girl. And all this puffiness in your eyes, from allergies, from lack of sleep and things like that. And we always used to say, like, I'm not a doctor, I can't fix allergies. Okay. So if you're puffy because you didn't sleep, I can help that. Puffy from allergies, I can't help that. But even a lot of that was reduced, and I felt like I could see, like my eyes were just open. So anyway,
I love it.
that's all.
Yep. All that inflammation is gone. I love it. I love listening to you share. And that's why I asked you to share. I have another girl who's going to be hopping on and sharing as well, but we are going to, while we're waiting for her, we'll go ahead and get started into our training. So I'm going to share my screen. Thank you, Bethany. That was wonderful. I loved it. Okay. All right. So let's dive into 2024. Gosh, my husband. All right. All right, so we're going to go over goals, belief, mindset, convention, resources, January slim down, and an idea. Okay. So goals. It is, I saw this quote. It says the most reliable way to predict your future is to create it. So in 2024, I preach this all the time. If you guys are not writing down your goals, it's simply a wish and you have no idea where you're going. So where are you headed with Plexus in 2024? What are your goals? What do you want out of this? Is it in the first 6 months, you want to get your products paid for at least? Maybe you want to hit your next rank. Do you want the residual income part of it? Do you want the freedom of being able to have a business run without you having to clock in consistently and not have to work for somebody else? And how do we achieve that? We write it down. If you are not writing your goals down, please change that in 2024. If you learn anything from this Zoom, please write down your goals. Have your partners, have sideline sisters, have your spouse, your significant other, whoever, have partners and hold each other accountable. Make a plan. If you have no idea how to do whatever it is that you want to do, get with somebody, get with me, get with your upline, whoever it is, and make a plan. And then you put it into action, because you can write down, oh, I want to go diamond all day long, or I want to go silver, I want to go senior silver. But if you don't have a plan, how the heck are we getting there? It's kind of like, oh, I'm going to go drive to Florida, but not put the GPS on, or I don't have the address or whatever. So make sure you have the plan and create the action steps in order to get there with the time frame. All right. So how do we do this? In Plexus, we have 4 pillars. There's recruiting, retention, duplication, and leadership. These are the 4 things that you have to master, and think of them as different muscles in the body. And how do we grow our muscles is we continuously do it. We lift more and more and more, and we start out in the beginning and we really, really suck. When you think about the first time you went and lifted a dumbbell, it was probably a 5-pound dumbbell. You do a bicep curl and it probably felt really heavy. And you're like, man, I'm watching all these people lift 20-pound dumbbells and it's just, I want to be there, but you have to start somewhere. So recruiting, you're sitting here lifting your 5-pound dumbbell and you're doing that for 2 weeks consistently. Well, then eventually over time, you get better at it because you're showing up and you're doing it and you're practicing it. So grow these muscles. And how do we do it? We continuously do it. So consistently share, consistently show up, be a product of the product, and always bring value. So whenever you are posting on social media, and it's funny that Bethany said that she was a silent follower, which we all know, Most people are. They just watch. They don't want to like your post because they're terrified you're going to message them, which we don't do that here. Um, but bring value. Motivate somebody that they can feel better, that their allergies really are a gut health issue. Motivate them that there is more options out there than living off of coffee and energy drinks. Educate them about gut health. If you are reading something, I want you to think of it as, okay, did I take value from that? Did I learn something from that? And then share that. Just make it your own. And then another muscle is retention. Okay, so retention in the Plexus world is okay. So you did this hard work. You helped somebody get started with their triplex VIP, their welcome pack, and you want to help them fall in love with their products, and you don't want them to end up quitting. 2 weeks in, you put in all that hard work, you poured into them, you helped them, you coach them, but you don't want somebody to sign up and 2 weeks give up and they never order again. It's not what we want. So retention is keeping the people loving their products and creating lifelong customers. All right, duplication. Duplication is a lot of fun. And as you see, these muscles get a little bit harder and larger. So think of them as duplication being your glutes. Those are really hard to grow if you did not know that, because in 2023, that was my whole goal, was growing in my butt. And it is a very hard muscle to grow. So duplication, so helping those develop into stronger and independent leaders. And I don't know if you guys know this, but it is really hard to motivate people. It is really hard. And it's not impossible, but it is something that you have to learn. And how do we learn it? We have to do it over and over. Plenty of trial and error. Y'all, I've been here almost 10 years, and I'm telling you, I have learned so much. I have failed more times than I'd like to admit. And but building independent leaders and strong leaders, it's just about building belief in them, helping them with their mindset, educating them, and showing them where to find the things, all the things. We'll get into that. And then leadership. Think of those as your legs. Your leg muscles are your most important muscles that you need. Those are the things that you want to be the biggest, because now this is turning into a muscle thing, but leadership is your biggest muscle group. That's what you want. It is going to be what you lift the heaviest with. And that's who you become in the process and how proud you become doing it. Okay. So leadership is who you become in the process of doing all these things. Okay. So how do we do all of these 4 pillars? So the first thing is belief in the products, belief in yourself, and belief in the business. I actually have a quote in my office that says by Henry Ford. It says, whether you believe you can or you cannot, you are right. And it's so true. Our brain is amazing. Whenever you tell your brain something, it will believe you. So then it becomes a thought that you're always thinking like, oh, I can't do that, or I can do this. So no matter what you tell yourself, whether you think it or not, whether you believe it or not, you are really telling yourself that. And that's why it is so important that we listen to things, read things, look at things every single day that tell us we can do this. I am capable of this. So what is your belief level, and how do we build our belief? We read testimonies, Health and Happiness Lounge. We listen to Diamond Docs. For those of you in the IPA group, and I'm sure you guys can attest to this, that every single day you are hearing and seeing and waking up and you're like, yes, all the things, with training videos and reading books. We change our mindset. I saw this quote: everything happens on a mental level before it happens on a physical level. That's why it's so important to get your mindset right. You have to believe in yourself no matter what your external circumstances are. Strengthen your vision and have hope. And have hope things can get better. Mindset is so important, and it truly is I believe it's a choice. And if you need help in your mindset area, read books, especially John Maxwell. I'll just say that. And growth, we have to grow. It's funny, we're going to talk about convention, but my first convention in 2015, we went to Arizona, and I remember them talking about personal growth. Now I was 24 5 at the time. And I was like, personal growth, what is this? This is corny. This is dumb. Like I truly did not think that I needed personal growth. I thought I was like a positive person, but I was actually just it was a different kind of personal growth that I needed. So what we tell ourselves every day is a direct reflection of what we listen to and read every single day. So what are some things that you can do to grow in your mindset? Listen to podcasts, listen to trainings. Christina Williams, Brittany Howard, Emily Roberts, Marissa Adams, Bob Heilig, Kristen Boss, Jessica Heffley, Robin Sullivan. These are all my favorites. Find these people on YouTube, on podcasts, whatever. But these people are what I base a lot of my IPA challenges around. And if you need them, go listen to them. And I'm gonna get into reading, I think, in a minute. All right, complacency. You're not a tree. Move. You're not a tree trunk. You're not planted in one place. You have legs. You get to move. Thank goodness. We get to dream bigger. We get to save more. We get to travel more. Whatever it is in life, I feel like it is so easy to become complacent. It's so easy to get into the routine of, okay, I have to get up for work, or I have to get up for this, and then I have to get the kids ready, and then I have to make lunch, and then I have to do this, and then by the time it's done, it's dinner time, and then I want to sit down and just do it all over again, and I have no more room for my own dreams. I have no more room for traveling. I have no more room in the budget. Don't be complacent. That's why so many people look into Plexus, because it provides more. It gives you the what if aspect. The what if this did work, like Bethany said, what if this did work? What if this was something more? It can be so much more. I highly recommend that you guys read these books. Please, 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 if you have not read The Slight Edge, please do that in 2024. It is so good. It is something that, whether you're in Plexus or not, everybody should read this book. I'm probably going to read it again. It was that good. And it's amazing. Any and all John Maxwell books. Success is a Choice was one of my favorite books that I read of his. 5 levels of leadership. I'm actually reading that for a second time now. Atomic Habits, I just finished that. That was really good. And then Millionaire by Halftime. Me and Danielle are actually reading that. It is really good. And I'm almost done with it. So those are some of my suggestions. I have a whole library of books that I could give you, but in 2023, I will tell you that was the year that I read the most books and grew the most. And if you need to grow in any area of your life, please read books. Please, 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 please. All right, let's talk about convention. Convention is so much fun. It is for everybody. So if you are new here and you're like, this could be a thing, convention is the biggest training that we have every year. It is for everybody. If you've been here for 2 days, if you've been here for 10 years, it's for you. This year it's in Vegas. It's June 18th through the 20th. And it's so much fun. This will be my 10th convention. I can't believe it. And every year we go, your belief is created, your vision is casted, your friendships are made, your business changes. And I asked Christy to share tonight about convention. I'm going to click stop share real quick. And because she has been to almost all of the conventions as well, and she's going to share a little bit about what it's helped her with, and why you need to go.
Hi guys, I'm Christy. For those of you that don't know me or have never heard me talk. So I've been to quite a few conventions. And if you've never been and you're serious about this business, or even if you're not sure about the business and you can get there, I highly recommend, because even if you're not sure, when you go there, I can guarantee you by the time you leave there, you will have so much belief in this company and the products, in the people, in the business, because hearing the stories in person are not like watching a recording. It's just not. I mean, yeah, it is nice to see the recordings. You do build a lot of belief, but being in person is just a whole nother level. I know Marcy went last year and she can attest for that. Ashley's on here. She's been twice now. And they even said, I mean, just hearing that stuff in person is just totally, I mean, the testimonies that people share, 9 times out of 10, I don't think there's a dry eye in the house from something. And if that doesn't hit you in your heart and in your gut, emotion that of what Plexus can really do to help people, like, then I don't know. Because I've seen so many in-person stories, and I mean, it gets me emotional now just thinking of a few that have really stuck out to me that I can think of now over the years. And just, I mean, I'm a hairstylist, and there was one girl, she was a hairstylist, and to hear her story, guys, like, it's incredible. But so that's one. And another reason is the community, to be in a room, huge room full of all these people that are like-minded, that have the passion that you have, the passion to want to help people feel better, to help people with their finances, to be around all that. It it gives you a whole different feeling. I don't know, like, because we're home, we get the naysayers, we get the, not all of our family members and not all of our best friends, like, uh, they don't understand why we're into this like we are. Trust me, I have them. Like, I've had them for 8 years. Some of my closest people to me. And, but to be in the room full of all those people, it just makes such a difference. And it pours more belief into you. And then, not to mention the fun that we have, the bonding that we have. Oh my gosh, some of my favorite trips are Plexus trips. I am not even kidding. Over the past few years, they have been my favorite trips. Um, and just, I don't know. It's just, and then the training they give you, like the massive amounts of training that they pour into us, on just different kind of levels. I liked last year they did breakout sessions, and you could choose like your top ones that, like, you want to focus on your business, because not everyone is in the same, they're not on the same level. Like Jess, she's on a whole different level than a lot of us because she's a jewel. So she's working on more leadership and more like that kind of stuff, where some of us were, I just liked how they had the breakout sessions. And I really hope they do that again this year so we can pick and choose what we want to do. So that was a really cool thing that they did last year. That was the first time. So I hope they do bring that back this year. And other than that, like I said, if you've never been there and you're really wanting to have this a business, or you're not sure, I still encourage you to go invest in it, because my motto is always that you can't make money. You don't make money. What is it? I'm having a brain fart here. It's been a long day. You got to spend money to make money. Like, you have to invest. I don't care what it is. If you had a storefront and you go open a new business, guess how much money you're investing? You have to invest that money to make money. So my thing is, and like we have this contest going on. You can earn cash money. You can earn, all kinds of different things, hotel stay. So, and everyone's at a even level playing field to earn all that. Like, I can earn it just as much as Jess is, just as much as Marcy can earn it, just as much as Amber can earn it. Like, everyone's at the same level here. Just because you're a jewel doesn't mean you're gonna earn it. I mean, but yeah. So I just highly encourage you to go. We've had girls that have literally flew on a plane for the first time by themselves got there at midnight, crashed with us, and and then flew home by herself. So sometimes stepping out of that comfort zone is like what you need. I know last year we had a house full of girls. There was 10 of us, and I only think I knew like 2 people in the house. We bonded so much. Yeah, and then the year before that, there was 9 of us that shared one bathroom. You talk about 9 girls share one bathroom, and we made it work, because Plexus people are happy people. We like to help people. Like, we just had our routine. Like, that's another thing, being around all those happy people. So anyway, so I just encourage you, if you haven't been, just check it out and invest in it. We have a little over 5 months. So And I will say, if you sit here and say, oh, I can't afford that, I can't do that, I'm gonna tell you, when I first started, I didn't think so either, but I knew I needed to. And I was a struggling single mama, but I made it happen, and I've made it happen all these years. So,
Mhm.
just break it down. So anyway, I'll stop rambling.
Absolutely. Yep. Can't afford not to. And it's funny because so convention for some people, they're like, well, that just seems silly. And for me in my household, my husband knows, he's like, well, whenever they finally tell us like when's convention, when's that, he knows, like, put it in the calendar, go ahead. And he's like, see you, bye. Like he stays home with the kids, and it's a trip for just me because it's specifically for work. And eventually later down the road, I'm going to say it's all a tax write-off. So have to share that. All right. I'm going to share my screen real quick again. Let's see. Uh-oh. What happened? Where we go?
Oh, Amber's on here. I saw her make
Oh,
it
she
on.
is.
So
Oh,
just let you know. Yeah.
yay. Here. Okay. All right. I have I asked Amber to hop on. She was having some issues to get on earlier, but now she's on, and I wanted her to share what she's experienced so far. Her testimony is also incredible. Go ahead, Amber.
Okay, so where do I start? Okay, so let me give you like a very small version. So I am a type 2 diabetic. I've always had issues with my weight. Christy has known me for a very long time, and she has seen my weight go up, down, it's a struggle. And she is the one that got me started on Plexus. And I will tell you, since I've been on it off and on, but I've had some things happen to me recently that have made my sugars spike to crazy levels where they were about to, she just like showed up at the right time again and was like, you ready to hop back on? And I was like, you know what? Yeah. So I started back out with the Slim, the drink, and I also got active, which my son got into, and he works long hours. So I'll talk about him just briefly because he's at work, so he can't speak for himself. But he actually he loves it. It gives him a very good non-crashing boost of energy. It lets him go his whole 8-hour shift and then some. He is just grateful for it. So he got a subscription now for it. That and for his gut health, because he's been doing Miralax for a while. He's had gut issues as well as me, and now he's on the I think it's ProBio 5. I think that's what we had said. And he is feeling and looking totally great. And he's so thankful for it. He said, Mom, I'm not gonna stop. And as far as me, I have gut issues, I have high blood pressure, you name it, I got it. But since I have been on the Slim, and I'm also on Vital Biome, and that has been helping my energy, that's been helping my anxiety, it's been helping my blood pressure, it's been doing everything. I am able to get up at 5 a.m. like I do every morning. I got every light on in the house. I've got music on. I've got the kids, down there like, Mom, you got too much energy. I said, this is wonderful. I haven't felt this great in a really long time. And I'm about to add balance to keep my blood sugars controlled. And I'm really able to focus. And I feel amazing. I just do. I feel so good, and I'm going to stay on it. I'm going to stay on it. I don't care what it takes.
Yes.
And I have to thank Christy for it. And I was driving the whole time, and because I was coming from work, and I still feel great. And I got to go back out at 10:30 to get my son for work because he gets off at 11. And I'm still, I'm great. I feel wonderful. I can't complain about anything. I'm more relaxed than I've been in a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And that is me, Christy. The real happy me. So, yes, I'm starting to feel like the old Amber, and that's what I need.
Good.
What I need. So I'm grateful for it, and I tell everybody, and other people are noticing, wow, you look really great. What are you doing? And and last week I lost 3 pounds.
Wow.
I
Wow.
started an exercise regimen, and it's the battle rope. And that thing, I tell you, it is rough on you, but it works. It works. It works.
Good.
And my daughter is even, she was like, Mom, you're having fun, so I want to do what you do. So she's doing the slim drink as well, and I'm gonna get her going too. So yeah,
Good.
this is gonna be a lifelong thing for me, definitely.
We love to hear it. That's
So,
awesome.
but that pretty much sums it up.
Awesome.
Great.
Well, thank you so much for sharing, Amber. We love to hear it. I'm so glad that you're having success and you're going to make it a lifelong thing. We love it. And I'm glad that you're back on it. I can't wait to see
I am
your
too.
success.
Me too. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to finish the training real quick. All right. So Vegas convention. If you are serious about this, like if you want to get your products paid for, at least make a plan, put it in your calendar. This is a goal for you. June 18th through the 20th, get to Vegas. And I'm not going to go over the contest, but Plexus does a thing where they give us a contest every year where we can earn cash, and you can earn so many things. And there's videos, all the things. So resources. Okay. Go app. If you guys have not downloaded the Go app, that is an app that we have with Plexus where it meets you where you are. So the material that's in my stuff is a little different than what you guys might see. It's different than what Christy would see, but Christy might see something different than Marcy. So depending where you are in the business, it'll say, okay, well, this person is silver. So these are the materials. These are the video resources. This is the information that this person needs to see versus everybody else. So this is what the app looks like. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's that green little thing. If you don't have it, please go download it because it's amazing. It has an actual convention training in there. It'll tell you how you can actually go through the convention contest and earn things. So you can earn lots of cash. I think are they doing $2,500 this year? I can't even remember. I don't even remember. I'll have to look it up, but they usually do like $2,000 cash and all the things. So download the app, go check out those training videos. It's an amazing place for you to be like, oh, I'm at the doctor's office or I'm driving here and I want to learn about the Slim. Everything is right in there. All right, Pivotal. For some of you, this is all a review, but I want to make sure we're going over it for the new year. Pivotal is something that you have with your membership. It is amazing. We are a one-stop shop. We are getting workouts. We are getting meals. And with those meals, you get the recipes, you get the grocery list. That's my favorite part. So if you guys are not utilizing Pivotal, it is with your membership. You actually have access to the dietitian people who are putting it all together and the trainers who are putting together the workouts. If you go to plexuspivotal.com, you get to register. It's free. It's no additional cost. And you get to do 12 weeks of whatever it is that you want to do. And once you complete those 12 weeks, you actually get rewarded with perks. And the perks are the free credits that we get to use on products. And then you get to start all over again. And it's a whole new program. It's really amazing. So if you have no idea what that is, ask your sponsor and go register. And then also in the Plexus Ambassador Academy, every Monday and Wednesday, make sure we're plugging people in, or maybe if you need to hear about it, we have a Monday motivation and a Wellness Wednesday. Every single Monday, every single Wednesday at 6 p.m. our time. It's always at the same time, and they're amazing. You get to hear from actual ambassadors, and you get to learn about the products, and it's all amazing. All right, so right now, for the next 3 months up until March, if you are not participating or you're not sharing about the Slim Down Get Balance, it's amazing. So Slim Down Get Balance is focused all around, number one, the reset. And number 2, the black cherry hunger control with a balance. So there's 2 different combos here. Anybody can do this, whether you're new or you aren't new, everybody gets to do this. It's amazing. It's 30 days, so it's 3 different months. So this month people are doing it. They're submitting the results. People are winning, cash prizes and all sorts of things, but it's based off of these 2 combos, the ultimate weight loss. It's the, reset plus the triplex plus balance, and they're getting a free bag of Slim. You guys, that's a $78 value. That's insane to me that they're doing this. And then the reset triplex, when they buy that, they get a free thing of balance, which is $30. That's amazing. So not only are you getting extra products, your savings, and you're getting all of this, but you're getting access to so much more. And do you guys realize how much people actually pay for that? Number one, I'll tell you, my gym is actually doing a challenge right now, and they're recommending supplements that are well over $300. It's insane, not including how much it is in the gym and all the things. It can get very pricey when you go to somebody else and you look at a gym package, when you look at a supplement package, all the things, and you get this right here. And these are clean supplements. These are products that you're going to be able to trust. You can take while you're pregnant. You can take while nursing. We all need these products. So share them. Okay. So let's talk about how we can earn in January. And I know this is going a little long. Sorry, guys, but I'm going to wrap it up. I'm almost done. So in the month of January, I know we're almost mid-month, but it's still going strong. So when you help one person get started with whatever combo is best for them, you're getting 250 perks. That equals $25 in free credits that you get to use towards future purchases. I love it. Me and my husband have lots of free products that I get every month, and I love it. So if you help 3 people, Plexus was like, oh yeah, well, you see your Stanley. Well, we raise you a white Plexus Stanley if you help 3 people, and we'll even pay you for it. So you don't have to go to stand in line at Target. Pretty amazing. I love it. So you'll actually earn about, I don't even know what the amount is, probably about $300 if you help 3 people get started on their products. And then if you help 6 people, you'll earn an additional $400 on top of the money that you're going to earn between your bonuses, your rank up bonuses, all the things. And then Plexus was like, okay, you can also earn an additional $1,000 on top of all the things that we already pay you guys for. You guys, we're paid 11 different ways. And on top of all the different incentives, all the things, they're like, hold on, we're going to give you $1,000 for you to earn on top of all of that. If you guys need help with that, get in your reports, get with your sponsor, ask the questions. If you want to make that happen, I literally have it written down on my chart right here on how to do it, because I'm going to do it. And it's not even just this month. It's for the next 3 months. It's amazing. So if you want to go to convention, here's your money right here on how to get there. Okay. So here's the income potential. If you are brand new, this is for you. So say you help 6 people, there you go. $800 right there. If you help 9, $1,300. There's your convention money. All right. The last thing I have is an idea. So for those of you who were around in December, we did a belief series in December. It was super effective. There was a lot of people who loved it. I was thinking about casting vision and excitement with that, but doing it in a convention series, but doing it in the health and happiness, because facts tell and stories tell. So I'm going to think about that, figure out a way to do it just like we did last month, and see who wants to do it. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Danielle. Fast start is 340 for 3 and 880 for 6. Awesome. All right. Is anybody have any questions? Anything that you have concerns about? Anything at all? Speak now, forever hold your peace. No? All right. I'm going to click stop recording.